Alright guys, the biggest party of the summer is finally here, and as much as I would love to party all night long with Alexa Bliss, that's not what's happening here tonight. It is Summerslam, the 3 hour show, the biggest party of the summer, and hopefully for us, the biggest and highest rated show of this Total Extreme Wrestling 2016 WWE 18 series. Our show ratings haven't been the best so far, but we did come into this SummerSlam off the back of a very good SmackDown. We got a 78B rating, so more of the same hopefully coming here. I'm positive about this SummerSlam. Got a lot of good matches on the card, got some interesting segments on the card. This is what we've been building up to. This is what the last 4 weeks have been all about. It's about delivering tonight. Yes, the ratings for Raw and SmackDown have been under par. Yes, they haven't been as good, but a solid show tonight, a good rating tonight, and all those previous shows will be forgotten about as we move forward. So I'm really hoping SummerSlam delivers. This could make the series, it could break the series. We're going to find out in the next 3 hours. But before we get into the show, we've got some locker room incidents to deal with. Hopefully, there's been no major incidents. Hopefully, no backstage shootings or stuff like that. There's been an incident involving Hideo Itami that requires your attention, and I wonder what this could be. I wonder what this wee jobber's doing. Hideo Itami was in fine form before the show, keeping everyone in a great mood with his hilarious road stories. The guy can barely speak English, so I doubt that's true, but I mean, if that's the case, then happy days. And something involving Sheamus. Same thing. Sheamus was sharing road stories, so I mean, their road stories don't really sound interesting to me. I'd probably rather listen to something for like Kevin Nash or something, but drugged up to their eyeballs. But I guess we'll settle for road stories from Sheamus and Hideo Itami. Alright guys, well this is it. Let's get into the pre-show. I think we're going to deliver tonight. Here we go. Okay guys, so we kick off our pre-show with the first WWE Championship match tonight. It's for the Cruiserweight title. And in a terrible pre-show match, Cedric Alexander defeated Hideo Itami in 13:25 by pinfall with a kick to kill. Cedric Alexander makes defense at number 1 of his WWE Cruiserweight title 40D-. Obviously, those road stories did not help Hideo Itami as he has lost his title match opportunity. So, not the greatest way to kick off the show, but on a positive side, this is only in the pre-show. This rating will not count to the final show's rating. And good riddance, 40D- just simply not good enough. And it's why I really try and avoid using the 205 Live guys. Hideo Itami though is improving in performance skills. Up next we've got the team of Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair taking on the Iconics. And in a pre-show match that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair defeated the Iconics in 9 13 when Becky Lynch defeated Billie Kay by pinfall with a pump handle slam. This got a 55C-. The announcing helped the match. Charlotte Flair had an in-ring performance of 65, pretty good. Becky Lynch 58. And the Iconics were really poor here, both having in-ring performances of only 34, so very poor for them, but looks like Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair definitely, carried this match. Charlotte Flair is improving in technical and performance skills, so decent match there from the women. And talking about women, we've got another women's match. This time it's a tag team match for Raw. In a pre-show bout that subpar wrestling and little heat, Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated the Riot Squad, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan in 9:27 when Bayley defeated Liv Morgan by pinfall with a Bayley to belly suplex. Liv Morgan was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performances. 49D+. So Liv Morgan is not suited to her gimmick, she was really off her game. As was Sasha Banks. Bayley seemed off her game too. Holy shit, everybody in this match apart from Sarah Logan just not on their game tonight. And the in-ring performances were Banks 49, Bayley 47, Logan 47, and Liv Morgan 37. So very poor there. This match certainly not as good as the women's match on SmackDown. Sasha Banks is improving in rumble skills. Sarah Logan is improving in performance skills. Disappointing. I thought it might have been done slightly better than that, but again, pre-show, don't really care. Let's move on. I believe this match coming up next is the final pre-show match, or it might be heading into the show now. I'm not too sure. We'll find out. Nah, final pre-show match, and a decent pre-show match. Baron Corbin defeated Finn Balor in 15:48 by pinfall with an end of days 67C+. Corbin was tiring towards the end. Balor's not suited to his gimmick. Baron Corbin had an in-ring performance of 51 and Finn Balor 70. We'll need to check what Finn Balor's gimmick is. He's obviously not suited to it, so maybe we'll change it. Maybe we'll just make him the Demon non-stop. I think that'd be better than... Because I refuse to put Finn Balor over. At least if he's got that Demon character, then I can do something with the guy, but I'm not putting some like 4'5", fucking £170 Irishman over, you know, guys that are like 300 quid. No, £300, sorry, it's not happening. Anyway, 67C+, good way to end the pre-show. Let's now move on to the main show, which is SummerSlam. And we kick off SummerSlam with our opening package highlighting several feuds heading into the pay-per-view, including Lesnar versus Lashley, Miz versus Bryan, and AJ versus Joe. It's got a 75 B- rating, not too bad. And you can see it has advanced storylines with this segment. The Lesnar-Lashley storyline, World Championship storyline, and the Match in the Making storyline. So, decent way to kick off the show. So we have a promo package for the upcoming tag team match between The Shield and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. So basically just a promo package highlighting, you know, the build up to this match, everything that's happened over the past couple of weeks on Raw. 71C+. And what's this? We've got The Shield making their signature entrance at SummerSlam as Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins make their way to the ring through the crowd. So Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns doing their old familiar entrance through the crowd, riot gear and all on. This got an 81B, very solid. Seth Rollins though is not suited to his gimmick, which is unfortunate. The angle got the crowd hotter, and Roman Reigns came across well. So the Shield now in the ring, ready for their match. Good way to kick off SummerSlam, getting the crowd pumped up. And in a good match, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins defeated Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in 1939, when Roman Reigns defeated Dolph Ziggler by pinfall with a spear. Drew McIntyre was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. It's got a 77B-. No, just a B, sorry. I don't know why I'm saying minus. No minus there, just a B. Seth Rollins not suited to his gimmick again, but Reigns and Rollins had great chemistry, which is good. This match got the crowd hotter, and the in-ring performances were 84 from Rollins, 88 from Reigns, 55 from McIntyre, 67 from Ziggler, and the Raw Shield versus Ziggler McIntyre storyline has advanced with this segment, and it has also ended with this segment. So it looks like we've ended the storyline here. I just don't think Seth Rollins is going to, you know, go after the Intercontinental title again. I've got different plans for Seth Rollins moving forward. So yeah, this is probably going to be the end of the storyline. Maybe there'll be some blow off or something on Raw, but as for now, it looks like it's the ending. I think it's a pretty good way to finish it with a 77B. Although, man, the in-ring performances of the Shield compared to Ziggler and McIntyre, you know, just completely different. So perhaps it would be better if we move in a different direction. I think I do want to go more in a singles push with Dolph Ziggler, with McIntyre, you know, as his like bodyguard. People say it's similar to Shawn Michaels' Diesel. I can totally see that, and that's something I would like to run with. But I think that's more of like a mid-card, upper mid-card feud rather than these two being in the main event. Because if you look at the in-ring performances, you know, 55, 67, it's just not good enough to be main eventing at the moment on Raw or pay-per-views. But maybe in the future they definitely could. As of right now, they're probably going to go their separate ways from the Shield. What have I got in store for the Shield? Who knows, but a very solid rating, and I'm going to be delighted to see what Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns got up to now on Monday Night Raw. Any worker improvements? Nope. So let's move on. And after the match, you got the Shield, Roman Reigns and Rollins celebrating in the ring. And what a great way to kick off the show, another 76B-. Again, Seth Rollins is not suited to his gimmick, so I might have to change that heading into Raw. Up next, and about the decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat, in the Women's Raw Championship match, Nia Jax defeated Alexa Bliss, when Alexa Bliss intentionally got counted out. So, looks like Bliss just couldn't find a way to defeat Nia Jax. and she just intentionally got out the ring, got herself counted out, lost the match, retained the title, and lived to fight another day. 57 C minus. Alexa Bliss had an in-ring performance of 62, Nia Jax 51. The storyline has advanced and gained heat with this segment. Happy enough with that, man. Solid match rating for these two, and we'll see how this continues on Monday night. Promo package now for the upcoming ladder match between Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. This championship storyline has advanced with this segment but lost heat, unfortunately, so the promo package not doing too well there, unfortunately. So basically just showing, Nakamura basically every week low blowing Jeff Hardy. He's got like a fucking hard on for Jeff Hardy's nuts, so Nakamura just been, hitting Jeff down low every week. Then it's obviously finally last week on SmackDown, the SmackDown Go Home show for this SummerSlam showed you Jeff Hardy obviously beating the shit out of Nakamura with a ladder and then challenging him to a ladder match. What we've got coming up next. Really? Is that it? 69C plus? Disappointing, man. Very disappointing anyway. In a decent match, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy in a ladder match in 16:39. When Nakamura retrieved the item, Nakamura makes defense number 1 of his WWE United States title. A 69C plus, guys. I expect it quite a lot better than this. This is Jeff Hardy's signature match. I was expecting closer to an 80 than I was to a 70. To not even get a 70, I think it's really disappointing. Jeff Hardy took a stunt bump during the match. Jeff Hardy was visibly tiring towards the end. Oh shit, Jeff Hardy sustained a lateral collateral ligament sprain. So, I don't know, he could be out for a while. Nakamura and Jeff Hardy just don't click at all, and it's shown in their performances, so that might be why the rating was pretty poor. Color commentary gave the match a boost. The match got the crowd buzzing. Nakamura, in-ring performance of 66. Hardy 51. That's very poor, those ratings. The championship storyline has advanced with this segment, and it has ended with this segment, which is probably for the best because these two just don't seem to click. Plus, Jeff Hardy might be injured. He might be out for a while, so will be interesting to see how we go forward. But yeah, Jeff Hardy might not be on the he might be on the shelf for a bit. Nakamura still your United States champion. No work improvements in the match. Next, again, John Laurinaitis, give me the news. Jeff Hardy sustained lateral collateral ligament sprain. Fucking hell, try saying that one fast. Lateral collateral. I can't do it. Lateral collateral. Jesus Christ, we get the point. He's injured. Let's move on. Shinsuke Nakamura got some backstage heat following this match because he was felt to be to blame for Jeff Hardy getting hurt. Okay, interesting. Okay, up next, we've got Paul Heyman visits the number 1 contender for the Universal Championship, Bobby Lashley, in his dressing room. Heyman asked Lashley, how would he like to become the client of yours truly, Paul Heyman? Heyman says they can postpone the title match tonight, and together, Lashley and Lesnar can be the most dominant team on Monday Night Raw. Lashley says he doesn't need a client, and come tomorrow night, he will be the most dominant Universal Champion on Monday Night Raw. So, looks like Paul Heyman again trying his best to get this match cancelled, offering to be a client of Bobby Lashley. If he teams up with Lesnar, perhaps it would be something similar to the two-man power trip like Triple H and Austin. But Bobby Lashley, wanting none of it, refused it, and it got a 74 B minus. Paul Heyman improvised well through the segment, and the Lesnar versus Lashley storyline has advanced, and there's no work improvement. So decent segment there, 74 B minus. Helps the feud as we head on towards the next segment / match. And in the Raw WWE Tag Team Championships, in a decent match, the Deleter of Worlds defeated the B Team in 10:41 when Matt Hardy defeated Bo Dallas by pinfall with a twist of fate. The Deleter of World won the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. In terms of ring work, Bray Wyatt was head and shoulders above everyone else. Bo Dallas was the weakest link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performances. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt don't work well as a team. Their timing is all over the place. The announcing quality lifted the match. The colour commentary gave the match a boost. The performance of Bray Wyatt stood out as being good, and the in-ring performances were Axel 52, Dallas 37, Wyatt 69, Matt Hardy 59, and the Raw tag team title. B team to beat the lead storyline has advanced with this segment. So the leaders of Worlds beat the B team. Not a lot to say. I did not put much thought or hype or build into this match. Don't really know where we're going, but the tag team divisions I just don't think are good. The SmackDown tag team division, looks stacked. Obviously, you've got the New Day, the Bludgeon Brothers, the Usos, who's Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar. Seems to be a lot of good teams on SmackDown. Then you look at Raw, and it just doesn't seem to have much at all in comparison to SmackDown. So I don't know where we're going with the tag team division at the moment. But I thought we may as well put the belts on Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. At least they've got a bit of star power. They'll give the belt a bit of prestige until we sort out the Raw tag team division. Maybe we should try and bring in some, try and sign a couple of people for the Raw tag team division. If you have any recommendations, any advice, let me know down below. I just didn't see the B team as a viable option to go forward with the tag belts, and that's why I have to get off them. Anyway, with that said, Curtis Axel is improving in Rumble skills, and now it's on to the next segment. At least one of the workers in this segment is either a turn or gimmick change waiting to happen, or should you wish to continue without addressing this. Current push. Gimmick information. I don't get this. New gimmick, Maniac. Current gimmick, old school face. Yeah, we want to complete the change. Because he is a Maniac, so we need to get that over. Matt Hardy's now switched to a Maniac gimmick. The change was far too soon after his last one, and the gimmick has gotten an initial rating of awful. Fuck me, that's not what we wanted. So Matt Hardy has his gimmick rating is awful. Jesus Christ. Holy crap! Holy fucking shit! Big Match John has done it. Look at that, man. Fucking Big Match John. Fucking Big Match John. That is it. See from now on, Alexa Bliss can get to fuck. Big Match John's going to be on the cover of every single event. If you want to masturbate to Big Match John. No Alexa Bliss, no Carmella, no Liv Morgan. It's all about Big Match John. So John Cena, the champ, is here. Cena makes his long-awaited return to WWE television after having not been seen since losing to The Undertaker at WrestleMania 34. Cena talks about how all he's heard since WrestleMania is how he let all his fans down, and he was embarrassed at the hands of the dead man. Cena says some people are even saying that he is done and no longer has it. Cena says the people are right. He did let the Cena Nation down, and he was embarrassed by The Undertaker. Cena says he has always said the day he could no longer compete, he would walk away. Cena says he stands by his word, but thankfully that day hasn't come. And then in quote, Big John, I can't do a John accent, but anyway, we'll try our best. It's like, Hollywood can wait. My road to redemption cannot. This week, next week, and every other week. You can bet your ass I'm going to be on SmackDown Live. You see, Big Match John has some big matches left in him and some unfinished business to take care of. That's why sooner rather than later, you're going to tune in to SmackDown Live and hear these 4 words. The champ is here! So there you go, man. John Cena, champ is here. 100 fucking A-star rating. Absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Cannot believe that. Absolutely ecstatic, man. Over the moon. John Cena did a masterful job of improvising interactions with the crowd. John Cena is a fucking legend. At the announcing desk, Cole, Graves and Lawler were weak. That's just shocking. The segment deserved better announcing. But it doesn't matter. John Cena came across well and he got his 100 plus A-star. And you know straight away that is going to boost this SummerSlam rating massively. So Big Match John coming back, getting the business done. And he will be on SmackDown Tuesday night. And that's worth checking out alone now for Big Match John Cena. Next. Cannot believe that, man. Fucking absolutely great rating. Anyway, moving on. I've got the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. In a decent match, the Bludgeon Brawlers defeated the New Day in 750 when Harper defeated Big E by pinfall for Discus Clothesline. The Bludgeon Brawlers make defense number 1 of the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles. Ronan was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performances. So everything seemed to do well. As planned, this match brought the fans back down a little after that epic CENA promo. And the in-ring performances were Ronan 46, Harper 60, Big E 70, Kofi Kingston 68, and the SmackDown Tag Team Championship storyline again has advanced with the segment 66C+. Decent enough. We'll move on. I mean, not the greatest rating in the world, but I never intended this match to be that. It was always just going to come, after the Cena thing to, like a kind of piss break kind of match. But I'm delighted with that, man. 66C+. Up next, got promo package hyping up the much anticipated match between Daniel Bryan and The Miz. This match has been built up for 7 years. Now it's finally happening. 74 B-. The storyline has advanced. The match is up next. Cannot wait. And in a good match, The Miz defeated Daniel Bryan in 21-13 by pinfall after using a foreign object. And this only got a 73 B-. If I'm being honest, I expected this to do a hell of a lot more. Unfortunately, it didn't, for whatever reason. But I'm still buzzing over that CENA 100 rating, but I thought this match would have did a lot better, if I'm being perfectly honest. The match got the crowd hotter. The Miz had a in-ring performance of 69. Daniel Bryan 77. The storyline has advanced with this segment. No worker improvements to comment upon. Interesting, so 73 B-. And The Miz goes over Daniel Bryan with the help of a foreign object, whether it be brass knucks or whatever, doesn't matter. The Miz has defeated Daniel Bryan at the biggest party of the summer. So up next, we've got Kurt Angle coming out to the ring. It is something that the highly anticipated Ronda Rousey, Stephanie McMahon face-off. A lot of people tune in to SummerSlam just to see this alone. So Kurt is first to make his way to the ring. He then introduces both Stephanie and Ronda separately. They both get in the ring and are separated by security in the middle. Kurt says this has gotten out of control, but before he can say anything else, Ronda grabs the mic. Ronda says, "Stephanie, you cost me a shot at the Women's Championship, and that's going to cost you your left arm." So there you go, Ronda Rousey making threats towards Stephanie. Stephanie replies, "Who the hell do you think you are? Threatening me? I'm a McMahon. You're a nobody in the wrestling business. I brought you in, and I can damn sure take you out. You want another piece of me? Then how about it's the Survivor Series? I squash this Ronda Rousey hype once and for all. All you gotta do is shake my hand." So Stephanie McMahon challenging Ronda Rousey to a match at Survivor Series, offering the handshake. Whether Ronda Rousey will accept or not, we'll find out. Steph tells security and Kurt to leave before extending her hand to Ronda Rousey, and this got a 73 B-. Kurt Angle improvised well throughout the segment. The announcing quality lifted the match. Colour commentary gave the segment a boost. The angle got the crowd hotter. Ronda Rousey looked dreadful in this segment, which is not fucking good. And the Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon storyline has advanced with this segment and gained heat. Ronda Rousey definitely needs to improve though. While Ronda Rousey shakes Stephanie McMahon's hand. No, because oh my god, it's Triple H. Triple H is here. The Cerebral Assassin, the man that buries everybody on the roster, spins Ronda around and nails her with a pedigree. What the fuck? So much for no man on woman violence. Triple H has just thrown that book out the window. He's completely smashed that rule with the sledgehammer as he pedigrees Ronda Rousey to the mat, laying her flat out in the middle of the ring on her chest. Stephanie then kneels down, gets beside Ronda, starts laughing in her face, and tells her at Survivor Series it's going to be game over. So there you go, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, Ronda Rousey delivering a 77 B rating. And holy shit, Triple H appearing out of nowhere. He was not scheduled for the show. There was no rumours. There was no nothing. Triple H appearing like a fucking, I don't know, bat out of hell. Just completely coming in, laying out Ronda Rousey, pedigree, face first, to the mat. There's equality for you. I mean, if you want to go around, tossing male security guards and, beating the shit out of Kurt Angle, then there you go, Triple H is going to come in and fucking face plant you right in the deck with a pedigree, 77, B rating, Triple H looked good. Ronda Rousey did not come out of this looking good, unfortunately. And the Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon storyline has advanced with this segment and gained heat. Fantastic. No workers improved, but I'm happy with the ratings. I'm happy the storyline has advanced and gained heat. Overall, with this 2 segments, so far so good. I think having Kurt Angle and Triple H in there definitely improved both of the ratings. So yeah, Triple H coming out, laying out Ronda. Shocking news. Will we get to find out any more? The aftermath on Raw? I hope so, but as for now, it looks like this segment is over. Triple H and Stephanie make their way to the back, while obviously Ronda still face first, laid out in the middle of the ring. Up next, and about the great wrestling and good heat, Braun Strowman defeated Kevin Owens in 6:57 by pinfall with a standing triangle choke. Braun Strowman wins the WWE Money in the Bank title. Well, he doesn't win it, he retains it. 73B-. Braun Strowman is not suited to his gimmick. Braun Strowman had an in-ring performance of 69, Kevin Owens 85, and the Raw Money in the Bank storyline has advanced with this segment and gained heat. And yeah, Braun Strowman is improving in technical skills. So far so good. Braun Strowman finally, defeating Kevin Owens, and will that put this whole storyline to bed? Perhaps. We'll have to wait to find out on Raw. But yeah, so far so good. 73B-. Pretty happy with that. And I don't think there's anywhere else for the storyline to go. Up next, I've got a promo package for the WWE Championship match between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Storyline has advanced and gained segment. The storyline has advanced with this segment. 76B-. How will the match deliver? I think these two can get in the 80s. Come on, it's AJ versus Joe. I'm expecting something good. Whether we'll get it or not, we are about to find out. Man, I thought we'd have got better than that. I really did. Anyway, and about that superb wrestling. So you had the superb wrestling in there. It was a superb wrestling match and good heat. AJ defeated Samoa Joe in 24-21 by pinfall with a springboard 450 splash. AJ makes defense number 1 of his WWE Championship title. 72B-. AJ and Samoa Joe have great chemistry and it showed in their performances. The match was poorly placed. A technical match isn't the right thing to be feeding a rowdy crowd. AJ Styles had the in-ring performances 93. Samoa Joe 85. So perhaps that's my fault, bad placement. But if you look at the in-ring performances, man, that's fucking insane. And I think I've maybe messed up here with this. So perhaps that's my fault. I'll take it on the chin. Or if it was Samoa Joe, he could take it on any of the 10 chins that he chooses. But for me, I've only got like 2 or 3, so I'm a little bit limited compared to the Samoan fucking pie-eating machine. Anyway, let's move on. My bad. I don't think this is over by any means. I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. After the match, AJ walks over and offers his hand as a sign of respect to Joe for putting up a great fight, but Joe refuses the handshake and walks off. 76B-. Interesting stuff. No worker improvements. Up next is the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship match. Carmella versus Asuka. In a poor match, Carmella defeated Asuka in 10:50 by submission with a modified head scissors. During the match, we also had R-Truth run in and attack Asuka. What the fuck? We've also got more man-on-female violence, man. Fucking hell. Next thing, I'll have the police at my door for domestic abuse. That's twice a man has laid hit a woman tonight, and I think it's fucking great. There you go. So R-Truth coming in, doing the scissors kick to Asuka, basically knocking her out. Then Carmella applies the modified head scissors, gets the win for submission, but in all honesty, Asuka was already kind of unconscious due to the head scissors kick. Carmella makes defense number 1 over WWE Women's title. It's got a 52D+. The announcing quality lifted the match. Carmella had an in-ring performance of 42, Asuka 62. The Women's Championship story had advanced with this segment, but lost heat. No worker improvements. At least one of the workers in this segment is pardon me, guys, almost fucking choked to death there. At least one of the workers in this segment is either a turn or a gimmick change waiting to happen. Are you sure you want to continue with addressing this? Yes, because we'll address that on SmackDown. After successfully defending their title against Asuka, Carmella heads to the back with R-Truth. So what's this? R-Truth and Carmella making their way to the back. Interesting. Looks like we're going to have to wait to SmackDown though to find out any more about this. 65C rating though. Very good. At least one of these workers in this segment has either a turn or a gimmick change waiting to happen. Are you sure you want to continue without addressing this? Yep. Up next, we've got Brock Lesnar. He's shown walking down a backstage hallway towards the ring. Looks like we've got the main event coming up next. Lesnar versus Lashley. 75B-. Again, Lesnar and Heyman have good chemistry. Promo package hyping up the Universal Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Storyline has advanced but lost heat with this segment, unfortunately. 72B-. Just showing basically the build up, the contract signing heading into this match. And in a good match, Brock Lesnar defeated Bobby Lashley in 13:48 by pinfall with an F5. Brock Lesnar makes defense number 1 of his Universal title. Match got a 71C+, which is not that good. I thought we could have got a lot better than that if I'm being honest. Heyman did some good work at ringside. Lesnar and Heyman have pretty good chemistry. The match suffered from a lack of psychology. Could have really used somebody with the knowledge of how to construct a proper flow. Brock Lesnar had in-ring performance at 82. Bobby Lashley at 61. Lesnar versus Lashley storyline has advanced with this segment, but it's also ended with this segment. So, a 71C+ main event rating. To be honest, that is pretty poor. I was really discussing which match I should put in the main event, but in my opinion, I think the 3 main events on this show pretty much bombed. You had the Lesnar-Lashley match, the AJ Joe match, and the Daniel Bryan-Miz match. I thought either of them could have been the main event, but I was expecting a lot better ratings from all of them, if I'm being perfectly honest. And now I'm actually worried about the final rating of this show. Brock Lesnar, I see, got a bonus for quite a lot of shit here. But it seemed to be, I don't know, man. 71C+, not a terrible rating, but I would have liked better, if I'm being honest, from, the Universal Championship match. And after successfully retaining his Universal Championship, Lesnar delivers another F5 to Bobby Lashley in the middle of the ring as Summerslam goes off the air. It's got a 76B-. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman have pretty good chemistry. And that is it, guys. There you go. SummerSlam over. We're about to find out what the final show rating is. To be honest, I think this could have easily been in the 80s, but due to the main match is kind of disappointing. I think I'm going to have to settle for like a high 70s. So here we go. Jesus Christ, man. A 69C+. I can't believe that. And that has to be due to just basically the matches didn't deliver. I mean, if you look at the main event matches, you got Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, a 71 rating. AJ and Joe, a 72 rating. And The Miz and Daniel Bryan, a 74 rating. Just not fucking good enough. I mean, all the matches in general weren't really that good enough, but the 3 matches that we expected to deliver, you just didn't deliver. See, actually, the Kevin Owens and Strowman match was actually higher than all those 3, as was the Shield versus McIntyre and Ziggler. So, it just goes to show you that the matches we expected to do well didn't do well. Even the ladder match between Nakamura and Jeff Hardy kind of underperformed as well. So in the end, it looks like the matches have let us down here. The segments were solid. The angles were really good. I mean, I can't fault the angles. They helped us massively. And I believe if the matches had been better, then we would have easily been looking at an 80 or above. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And it's a 69C+. General feelings that WWE don't have enough interesting storylines going on. This show lost its popularity in 18 regions. Jesus Christ. At least there was 32,997 people watching the show, but it's not much consolation at this stage, is it, guys? I guess we'll make a speech. So you can give some encouragement, point out as a good example, compliment on a good performance, give a hug, told that they're awesome. I'm gonna... told they could do better. I'm gonna criticise Brock Lesnar. I know that's probably fucking unheard of, but when he's making the kind of money that he is, I do believe he should be performing better. So we are going to criticise Brock Lesnar, no doubt about that. I think he should have done a lot better. We will criticise Bobby Lashley as well because he was in the match. So, I mean, it would be kind of, poor if we just criticised one of them. I'm going to criticise them both because I thought the main event fucking bombed, if I'm being perfectly honest. And who should we give encouragement to? I think Braun Strowman. I think Braun Strowman did well. So yeah, we're going to give Braun... Or no, wait, John Cena. I mean, John, how can you not give fucking... praise for a great performance? So we're going to do that. We're going to criticise Lesnar and Lashley for a bad match, and then we're going to praise John Cena for a great performance. I mean, Brock Lesnar might actually just fucking kill me here, tear both my arms off, shit down my face, and then walk out. So we never know. We're about to find out, though. Brock Lesnar didn't seem too concerned with your speech, at least for now. Of course he's not. Neither was Bobby Lashley. And John Cena seemed pleased. So big match John with a happy smile on his face. So guys, there you go, man. SummerSlam has came. SummerSlam has ended. It is not the show that we were hoping for. I mean, I thought it was a good show. I thought the match card was solid. I thought the angles were solid. But I just think it should have did a lot better rating than it actually did. Would I change anything about it? I don't know, man. Not necessarily. I just wish the matches had delivered. Perhaps I could have, maybe not did the AJ Joe match to be a technical match. Perhaps, I don't know, man, the ladder match, I could have did something better. I don't know. Perhaps some of the matches dragged on a bit. Perhaps I structured the show wrong. Perhaps I put the wrong match in the main event slot. I don't know, guys, but I was happy enough with the card. I'm just not happy enough with how, obviously, the outcome and how it performs. So there you go. WWE SummerSlam. No, this isn't SummerSlam. This is some pink gay shit. We don't want that. WWE SummerSlam. There you go. Getting a rating of 9.31. Shown on the WWE Network. From the Carrier Dome in Tri-State. Attendance was 32,997. 69C plus show. Jeff Hardy sidelined. For how long will Jeff Hardy be out? It doesn't necessarily say there, does it? Let's find out. Does it say how long Jeff's going to be out for? Early reports are it will sideline him from act. Yeah, but it doesn't say for how long. So it doesn't look like there's any news on how long. Looks like there's going to be... I don't know, so like some companies are about to go to business, perhaps. But yeah, anyway, Jeff Hardy... not in a good way, but hopefully find out more about that injury. Almas is unhappy about the complaint, as is Alexander Wolf. Really, Alexander Wolf, man, you're fucking nobody. This guy wants to be brought up. The Miz doesn't kind of think that Kurt Axel is any good. Seth Rollins doesn't want me to keep R-Truth around, really. Bray Wyatt doesn't like Eric Ronan. Drug-free test cost 14 grand. SummerSlam TV rating was a 9.31. Can we view this injury? Let me see here. Availability. Where is it? Physical. Jeff Hardy is currently out of action with a lateral collateral ligament sprain. He will be back in 20 days. So it looks like Jeff Hardy is going to miss 3 weeks of SmackDown action. That's not good. So there you go, Jeff Hardy out. Ruby Riott has now returned to the company, so we've got Ruby Riott back. And also Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose has now returned to the company. It looks like he's back from injury, and we can now go back to using Dean Ambrose. Excited for the return of Dean Ambrose. Should be good. How will we use him? God only knows. But yes, there you go. It looks like our SummerSlam weekend is over. We'll check how some of the matches stack up on the top 100. To be honest, I don't think any of them will take the top spot, that's for sure. But we'll see. In terms of events, SummerSlam is the number 3 highest rated show that we did, joint with a Raw and SmackDown Live. I believe they were both the second week. In terms of matches, I don't think we've any SummerSlam match. Well, no, we've got one here. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins defeating Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam is number 5 on the list. New Day defeating The Bar and the Usos on SmackDown Live, still the best match we performed. Daniel Bryan and The Miz defeating The Bar had a good rating as well. Jinder Mahal defeating Finn Balor had a good rating. So there you go. So only one match for SummerSlam making the top 10. Interesting. What about in terms of attendances? Yeah, they go. SummerSlam completely destroying the rest, but you would expect that. It was a pay-per-view, and in terms of pay-per-view buy rates, I don't think it's shown because SummerSlam was on the network, so therefore it's not really a pay-per-view buy rate deal. So you can see now we've got some considerably less storylines going on both Raw and SmackDown. Some of them have ended, some of them could even end tonight on Raw or Tuesday night on SmackDown, or maybe these will be held going forward. But you can see the B team to be deleted, it's now 57C minus. Money in the Bank between Strowman and Kevin Owens is 73B minus. Relationship problems with Bayley and Sasha Banks, 47D. The Ronda Rousey Stephanie McMahon storyline, 72B minus, that's went up massively thanks to help with Kurt Angle and Triple H. Then the Women's Championship storyline with Bliss and Nia Jax at 55C minus. And on SmackDown, the Iconics versus the Queen, it's got a 56C minus. Match in the making between Daniel Bryan and The Miz, 76B minus. Tag Team Championships, 70C plus. The Golden Goddess, Mandy Rose, 48D plus. Women's Championship, 54C minus. And the World Championship between AJ and Joe, a 72B minus. So there you go, storylines there happening and shit like that. We've got a lot of people with some minor morale issues. I think I'll have a wee look and see what's happening. So Cesaro was annoyed about being left off SummerSlam. I'm assuming these guys were annoyed too. So it looks like a lot of people kind of annoyed they were left off SummerSlam. Kane was annoyed, irritated at being... A lot of people here are not happy they weren't on SummerSlam, but I mean, what can you do? I don't believe in putting everybody on the show. I think the pay-per-views should be, the top guys. I don't believe in just chucking everybody on the pay-per-view. I've never believed in that. I think you should have to earn your way in the pay-per-view. And I'm sorry, a lot of these guys just didn't really deserve it. Now, I know I could have perhaps used quite a few of them on the pre-show, and maybe in the future that's what I will do. But again, like the commentators and shit, I can only put 3 people on the commentary desk, so I don't really understand why people are annoyed, but a lot of people are pissed off. So interesting, be strange to see what happens as we head into Raw now. But yeah, a lot of people not happy with me after that fucking leaving them off SummerSlam. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Dean Ambrose needs to be assigned a position. Obviously, we'll assign him to, we'll put him as a main eventer for now. And there you go. Interesting stuff, guys. So that's going to do it for SummerSlam 2018, the biggest party of them all. And we're not really partying, guys. We don't have much to celebrate at the moment. Kind of disappointed show. A lot of pissed off faces. Going to be interesting now as we head into Monday Night Raw. I'm looking at the schedule. Next pay-per-view up is Hell in a Cell. That is in 3 weeks' time. Should be interesting. Not a lot of time to get stuff booked. How we're going to go for that show, we do not know. But yeah, Hell in a Cell, only 3 weeks away. Looking forward to that. And that's it, guys. Until next time, been Son of Scotland 9. This has been 2 Total Extreme Wrestling, another disappointing rating. But I think we can bounce back, guys. I think we're heading in the right direction. You know, it was a bad show, but fuck it. We'll make up for it on Monday Night Raw. Until next time, peace.